Okay, perfect. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Finding you.
I'm perfect. I saw Noemie here. I'm looking for her now. Laura, your camera, I can't. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, your screen is gray right now.
Sort of Rhea's what?
Yes, exactly like it was. Okay, perfect. There you are. Noemie. How are you?
Good. I had to refresh my screen
I
because
was
I
just
think
ready to hit everyone
it's
up.
the hotel.
Laura was
There
here,
we
but
go.
she went. Yeah, Laura was here. She went out. I think she's gonna come out and go back. Come out, then go out, then come back in.
Yeah, the hotel Wi-Fi, it's a little spotty, so let's hope no
Okay.
issues today.
Okay.
How are you?
The behind the scenes. So I'm like
Yeah.
with a baby on my boob, like 5 minutes ago, trying to get them out the house because my son has breakdancing on Saturday mornings.
Wow.
So
So right now.
Yeah. So So I
Okay.
was literally just like getting them out the door.
Awesome. People are typing in.
Okay. So I see Laura getting in. Okay. All right.
Hi.
So all right, guys. I'm just gonna go and finish touching up, put on my earrings, and I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, people are rolling in the chats. So
Hello.
good morning. Good morning,
Good morning,
everyone.
That's good. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Natasha. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
No, am I back?
You're there. I see you, Noemie.
Okay. The hotel internet keeps going in and out, and it's making me a little nervous.
Hang in there. This hotel internet's going to last through this session anyway, right?
Right.
Ladies, as you're joining, go ahead and put in the chat. Let us know. Are you single? Are you married? Are you dating? Let us know what's going on with you so we can talk all things love and friendship.
Awesome.
All right, Natasha's married.
Hey, Natasha.
Going through a divorce, but it's all good. We'll be praying for you through that process.
Amen. Oh yeah, we got 5 minutes until it starts. People are going to be rolling in.
Yeah. They're starting.
How's your morning?
It's been great. I traveled from Virginia to Maryland. I'm over here at the Yashi Boutique. That's my, she's a vendor at the Mommy Market. So I ran over here to spend some time with my bestie, get dressed, and just hang out for the conference, for the Momference. How about you?
Oh, good. All right. We are all here. I'm letting Rhea in now.
Yay.
So our crew is here. Our sound check all worked. I'm waiting for her, just that lag until she pops up.
Noemie, you look beautiful.
Thank you. I feel good. It was nice to sleep by and to wake up when I wanted. I need to do
It's the
this more
small
often.
things.
Yeah, it really is.
Good
I had to
morning,
get my
Dana.
notebook. I got my notebook and paper because just by our little, I'm like, I'm gonna be taking notes. It's gonna be good. All right. I'm gonna have Rhea try to come through one more time. I let her in. Okay.
Good morning, Ariel. All right. Looks like
Yep, we're just about a couple minutes from starting. Everyone's coming on in. Morning, 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 everyone. We're waiting for one more panelist. She's just refreshing her computer to come right back in.
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, look at all these mamas up and ready to go. Morning, morning, morning. Hey,
the
Erica.
numbers are just popping up. I love it.
I know, I see it. I feel like anybody rides the Peloton, how you're like looking at the screen, but you also look at the side. You know what I mean? Like the leaderboard. So I'm like, hey, girls. So I'm like, hey, all right, Lakeisha checking in. Morning, all.
Good morning.
Shakia, you're excited. It is going to be really good. I'm excited that you're here.
Good morning, Stephanie.
If yes, Lakeisha, thank you. Another Peloton right here. While we just wait 2 more minutes, if you all want to start checking in with what cities you're from, if you are like Noemie checking in from the luxurious hotel on a good momcation, if you're like Laura hanging out with another mama with your homies, let us know where you are from Bowie, Maryland, Easton, DC here.
Oh yes, it's rolling in.
Virgin Islands.
U.S. Virgin Islands. I know that.
Okay, you knew we were going to act a fool. Can we come and see you? Can we come and hang out with you?
Yes.
The Intercontinental Staycation. You deserve a staycation. Okay.
Bougie
Bougie Bowie. I love it. Good Maryland.
Baltimore County.
All right, we are waiting just for Rhea, and we are going to start the right on time. I'm gonna refresh my page once just so I can make sure that I'm seeing her at the bottom. Make sure it's not anything on my end. So if
I'm
just
gonna do
disappear,
the same.
Okay,
because my internet is spotty. I'm gonna do the same.
You stay though, Laura, because I don't want people to come in and think that we are all gone. So
I'll talk to the people. I'll talk. Hey, Shalice. Hey, mamas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited about this session. Hey, Shakia. We have some great conversation that is going to take place, and we cannot wait to share this combo with you. So I hope your fingers are ready in the chat. If you have questions, we are excited to answer them. Hey, North Carolina. Hey, Northern Virginia. Hey, hey, hey. Noemie, you look great.
Okay, great.
Hey, all right, the crew is back. We're waiting on one more mama, and then we are North Carolina's in the house. For everyone that's just rolling in, we are waiting just for one more of our guests. She's just getting her internet together. But until then, we have a roll call going on in the chat, and people are checking in from North Carolina to the Virgin Islands, PG County. And let me pronounce this correctly. Maryland in the house.
Thank you.
Okay. Northern VA. Yes. And I'm Jenny. I'm in Chicago. So I'm in the, Chicago's always like so thirsty. Anywhere we go, if we there, you gonna know we there. So yeah, Serena Price, Chicago's in the house. PG County's here. Oh, I love seeing this. I'm gonna give my girl Rhea. Laura, do you have Rhea's number?
I do not.
Okay, I hit her up and I know that she is just like throwing her computer through the window.
She says she's trying to join again. She keeps getting an error message. Let me tell her to try to refresh.
Yeah, tell her to try to refresh that we all just did the same.
Thanks, Shalise.
Oh, wait.
Shalise is going to give her a call. Thank you, Shalise.
Oh, thank you. Working together.
Yeah, we know how to get it done.
Together.
Yes,
okay, she's give me 1 second. I'm gonna call her right now. Girl, where you at? They calling for you. These East Coast cities. I love Laura, we got some love for your sign in the chat. People are saying they love that love.
Ladies.
Oh, if you love that, you are gonna love Laura, because that is just a peek into what she's ready to talk about today. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye out for Rhea at the bottom, but I do not want to miss 1 minute because we have so much to cover it. Thank you guys so much for taking this time out and to yourself and joining us at the Momference 2021. We are in the jump zone right now, and this is a unique opportunity for you to hop around and get in some of your favorite panels to talk about some great topics from mamas to mamas. We are the Restoring Love Friendship Room, and we will be talking about a lot of love and a lot of friendship. I am Jenny LeFlore. I am your moderator. So I'm just the MC, keeping things moving. We have amazing guests. So I am just here to let them chat. And we are an interactive panel. So there are 4 of us. Rhea's going to be joining us, but the 5th person on this panel is you. So the great part of this is that we will have, I want to hear things in the chat. We're going to have polls popping up, and that's all for us to really get to know you. And so we can have a little back and forth. You know, we come from a call and response culture. So we call it, I want to hear those responses out there. I'm going to turn it over to our panelists to introduce themselves. As we talk about love and relationships and friendship, ladies, I want to get right into it. So as you introduce yourself, Laura, give a little lowdown on yourself, but also let us know right now, where would you rate your love life between the numbers of 1 and 10? And all of our people that are attending, I'm also going to put a poll for you to let us know where you rate your love life. And remember, this is all anonymous. So girl, give us the real, no tea, no shade. Okay, we are all here to grow together. This is a judgment-free zone. Okay, I'm going to create the poll. Laura, let the people know who you are.
Hello. Thank you, everyone, for hopping in our jump session. I am Laura Gethers, the founder of Love Harder Marriage Coaching, where I equip couples with the tools they need so their relationships can succeed. At Love Harder, we say attack the issues, not each other. I've been married for almost 13 years, and I have 2 beautiful children, a son who is 9, soon to be 10, and a daughter who is 7, soon to be 8. On the scale, I'm at about an 8.5. I have been moving up that scale throughout the pandemic because my man has been giving me some googly eyes, and I'm giving them right back.
Okay.
You're up, Noemie.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you again. I am Noemie Gaines. I am a love and lifestyle content creator. You might know my husband, Kier Gaines, on social media. We do a lot about couples counseling, communication, and just our journey through love from singlehood, friendship, and now marriage. We've been married for about 1.5 years, so we're super, super fresh and newbies. And I'm a mother to 3-year-old Emery, my daughter. But I'm just really excited to be here and to talk to you about all things. And we will get into sex too, because I know that's a word that we haven't set out. But yes, love, friendship, sex, all of it. And when we talk about my love life, how I would rate it, full transparency, it depends on the day, but today I'm definitely at like a 7 or 8. I think it's something about when we're separate and then, anticipating seeing each other again. Definitely think we're going to be back at a 10 by tomorrow.
I love it. I am. So yours, or what was your number? 8.5. Noemie, you're at about a 7.
Yep.
I am Jenny LeFlore. I am the mom of 2 boys and a 6-month-old. The 6-month-old part is very important because I am in that postpartum 4 trimester area. So we are relearning each other, relearning our love life. I have my notebook out because I am ready to take notes. I am, okay, my love life AIDS came, you know what I mean? How you have sometimes I'm like a 7 and a possible, you know what I mean? So, but I will say after last night, because I want to have my mind right and speak from a place of truth, we had a 9. We had a 9, we did what had to be done. We understood the assignment. So that is where we are. We have the poll up if you want to go right to the polls. Let me know if you can see the poll there. We're going to say, where would you rate your love life? 1 to 4, 5 to 7, or like our girl Laura, 8 to 10. Laura, you want to refresh because we just your screen just been gray, and we definitely want to hear everything you have to say. Okay. So we're gonna hop right into it, and we want to talk about revive. Revive is the whole theme of this conference. So we want to talk about reviving that love life. So what are ways that you can reset? So for our mamas out there that might be in like that 1 to 4 or that 3 to 5, or I see someone is at a 6. So they're right at that middle ground. How can you reset and come out of a funk to reset that love life with your relationship? Noemie, I'll let you go up first.
Sure, of course. So when it comes to resetting, I think 2 conversations need to happen. The first one is internal. You have to kind of look at yourself and be like, okay, well, there's clearly a disconnect. There's clearly something going on. What am I feeling? You know what I mean? And just recognizing what you feel first. And then the secondary conversation, of course, is with your partner. I'm feeling this way. Do you feel the same way? Are we on the same page? Am I at a 1 and you're at a different number? And I think the secondary conversation of talking to your partner and figuring out where they are, and then meeting in the middle and saying, you know what, together we're not this right now. What do we need to do? What do you feel comfortable with? What do I feel comfortable with? But I just definitely think having that internal conversation first and then bringing it up to your partner. Take ownership about how you feel first.
I love that. As women, we take ownership in so many other ways of our life. I would never work a job that I wasn't feeling fulfilled on. I wouldn't have girlfriends that I didn't feel our love was reciprocated, our friendship. So yeah, why would I stand for that in our relationship? So take ownership. I love that, Noemie. What about you, Laura? What are some advice for our mamas that need a reset? They might be stuck. I got a couple of 6s. I got quite a few 6s. So some of us that are right there in the middle. What's your advice for those mamas?
Celebrate where you are. Beat yourself up for where you are, because we go through seasons. We've been through a lot. So at least it's not a 0.
Yeah.
2 or 3 or 4. But once you identify where you are, I would say take 1 step to go 1 step further, right? Yeah. Just move a little bit to the next steps. What can you do? Can you love on yourself more? Do you need to get a self-care regimen so you feel better about yourself? Do you need to have a hard conversation? What do you need to do so you could take that, right? We just don't understand where we are, but don't beat yourself up for where you are, because we all go through hard times. And then once you identify how you need to grow, get to growing. Excuses, do the hard work, whatever that work is, whether it's going to counseling, whether it's having conversations, like I said, whether it's taking care of yourself. Do something so that you get to that next step.
Something you said that's really resonating with the moms is celebrating where you are. And you know what? I saw a couple of 1s out there, a couple of 2s out there. Thank y'all so much for being so transparent and keeping it a buck with us, because sometimes you're in a 1 season, sometimes you're in a 2 season. And because that can be real life events. We see mamas are going through divorces, where a mom here just had her 6th kid. And so reevaluating what marriage looks like with that busy type of family. So reevaluating constantly and celebrating in those moments. So for our mamas that are at a 1, girl, you don't have to try to get to an 8. I'm like with Laura, try to get to a 3. Try to go through 2 and try to get to a 3. So celebrating where you are. And sometimes that starts with self-love and a tough conversation with yourself, which, I sometimes don't be here for the tough conversations with, myself. So I appreciate that challenge. And moms, yes, kids do change the dynamics. Noemie, how do you all, you and your husband are both busy. You have a 3-year-old. We all know that 3-year-old energy. How do you all still get it popping with a 3-year-old running around? How do you navigate that space?
One, we use the tribe, and she has to go to sleep at some time. Like we don't take the fact that she's in the house as an excuse. There are many rooms. She's not always in the room with us. That can even be, you can go to your auntie's house for a couple of hours. But we've had to learn to prioritize it. And, yes, it's much different than it was when, before we had kids, but I want it, he wants it. We got to find a way. And I'm not afraid of being creative if I have to do that either.
I love that. And you know what unlocked something for me is that who told me that sex just had to happen at night? Like who? I was like, our nighttime routine, I am off, it is just not happening. And I'm like, you know what? My son goes to school during the day. My other son takes a nap. Okay. My husband's working from home. Turn the Zoom camera off, put an out of office message on, and let's get this after 9. Anytime, anywhere, Reese. That's right. I'm too tired at night. So, I had to reconfigure about what the right time. Oh, yes, turn the Zoom camera off is key because, Lord, I'm trying to keep his good job. Right about that. So, yeah. So we are, yes, someone said they had to hit a 5 a.m. session. Look at mamas getting it in. Proud of y'all. Laura, what do you have to say about that? Kind of resetting that and finding the time with kids around.
I'm with Noemie. You got to learn to be creative. We get creative with every single thing else in our lives, right?
Come on.
The only things we don't get creative about are the things that aren't important to us, period. We don't make excuses for any other area in our life. And I say, look, if you're tired, I'm going to give you a quick tip, okay? If you're a believer, you ask the Lord to give you strength, and then you ask him to give you one quick move to put your husband to sleep. It don't take all of that, right? It don't take much. If you got the magic move, mission accomplished. So you do everything else tired.
All right, everybody got those notes. You go to God and ask for strength. And then you knock them out with the watch.
Some moves. The Lord knows your husband. He knows what he wants. And he doesn't mind coming into your sex life. So enjoy the experience. That's it. Finish him.
That's it.
Finish him. I hope y'all are taking
Finish him. Okay. Celebrate where you are and finish him. Mortal Kombat style. All right, I'm taking my notes. Finish him. That is, people are loving it. All right. We got Laura Finish Him Gathers here, and we are going on to our next topic. Okay, something we've talked about is Laura challenged us to have this conversation with ourselves. Noemie told us that we need to take accountability for our relationship, for our love life, for our sex life. And often that starts with self-care. What do we do to start, before we get into our relationships and our friendships externally with other people? We have to be at a good place with ourselves. Yeah. What do we do for self-care? And y'all, please, let's move beyond telling me to take a bath and get a massage, because we can't just monetize self-care with those type of things. Please, I'm with Mercedes. Please help me. Tell me what I can do so I can take care of myself, and that way I can be available for other people. I'll let you all.
I can start.
Go ahead, give it to us, Noemie.
All right, I'll give you a quick, personal story. Before I had my daughter, I just feel like sex life was on and popping. And afterwards, in combination with postpartum, my body changing, I got into a season. And
yes.
Like kind of counting on you to help me go through this season. And it really took me learning to be comfortable with my body, learning to be comfortable with sex again, and also like being comfortable letting him know I think I want to do some things. I think I incorporate maybe even toys into the relationship. And that's something that we had never even talked about because for me, that was super personal. But I think going back to the ownership part, like taking ownership and realizing like, I feel this way because my body is changing, not because of what somebody else might be doing to me. And one thing that I've learned, at least with my husband, when I'm good, he's good. So as long as I take care, if I get to where I need to be, he will find a way to get there.
Okay.
And but just going back, like just being honest with myself and being, oh right, she's here.
Yay! I feel complete. I was on my phone. I was on my iPad trying to get you here.
I don't want to derail our moment, but I'm on my daughter's laptop. Look, mommies, y'all understand the struggle is real, but I'm just so happy to be on. Thank y'all for bearing with me. Woo!
No, thank you all. And we have new mamas that just hopped in. So I'm super excited. We want to reintroduce everyone just quickly. Rhea has joined with us and we are just talking about, girl, everything that is love, everything that is religion, everything that is sex, and how to restore and revive. If you want to just give us a quick introduction, and I got to be honest with you, we've all been really transparent and we're talking about where is our love life in a scale of 1 to 10, Rhea, where is that love life?
Okay, ladies. So quickly, I'm Rhea. I am a wife of 12 years, a mom. By day, I am a vice president and risk officer at Wells Fargo. And 24/7, I'm the creator of Fab Wives. On a scale of 1 to 10, I always keep it unfiltered. I'm going to say a 7. We've been married for 12 years. So we're at the point where we did everything. So now it's time to push our limits a bit. So I'm pushing for that 10.
Well, to catch you up, Rhea, we have talked about taking accountability and ownership over our own sexual happiness, over our own happiness in our relationship. We have talked about really being honest with our partners and having conversations with them about where we stand. How would they rate our love life is a great question. And to celebrate where we are. So if we're at that 7, if we're at that 6, we're celebrating that. And we're just trying to move that notch 1 or 2. We're not getting overwhelmed by the big picture, but just trying to turn it up. Where we're talking about now is self-care, talking about really taking care of ourselves before we reach out externally. And I couldn't forget, thank you so much for the chats. The one thing that you missed is that Laura said that if you are looking for strength, if you are tired and you're trying to find the strength to get it popping with your partner, it's 2 steps. You ask for strength, and then you finish him like Mortal Kombat. Put him out, okay? Throw him on the floor and everybody gets some good sleep.
Somebody needs to make that a hashtag. Hashtag finish him.
Hashtag finish him. I want a t-shirt. I want a t-shirt. She is now Laura Finish Him Together. She's on somebody swap up that Instagram name.
I love it.
So we're talking about self-care and moving beyond the mamas are saying, this is what's going on. I think we need to really step up what we take as our level of self-care just by the chat. And thank you guys for being honest. We're talking Target runs, which y'all are probably getting stuff for y'all house. And then we're talking sitting in the driveway, which at those driveway moments, I get it, mamas. We're talking about, I heard some staycations out there. I love that. But we're talking about really what are we doing for self-care for ourselves. Noemie was just sharing with us what she's doing to make sure that her house is, that she's good, because if she's good, her house is good.
Right. That's good. So for me with self-care, so a couple of years ago, I definitely took my self-care to the next level. So, for so long, we have been calling pedicures and manicures self-care. That's really not it. We have to, there's levels to it. That makes you feel good, and that's necessary so you can feel pretty and go out in these streets and be confident. But really, I don't know if we've touched on it yet. Therapy. Are you healing? Are you forgiving yourself for past indiscretions? Are you moving past things? Or are you holding on to grudges? Because I know I used to be the queen of holding on to grudges with friends and with my husband. Are you creating healthy boundaries? Are you letting everybody have access to you? That was transformational for me a few years ago because I felt like I was allowing everyone to have access to me. And then I was always so burnt out. So I think it's so important that we recognize that there are levels to self-care and that you are always taking time to operate at the highest level. You're going to therapy, you're creating boundaries, you're sticking to the boundaries, you're confident in your no. It's just so important because I know it's cliche, but you can't pour from an empty cup. And it's not the manicures. And if you skip an appointment, that's not going to deplete you. It's you giving too much of yourself to others and having nothing to give for yourself.
Thank you so much for bringing up this therapy as self-care. And a lot of mamas in the chat are really saying that this is something that they've tapped into recently. And this is something that finding their voice. I hear a lot of people saying the ability to say no confidently, the boundaries, including business. Thank you so much, Kiara, for saying that, including business, to find those ways to really to be radical in self-care. I love that, Erica, to be radical in self-care. I know it sounds crazy, y'all, but we are already 8 minutes before we have to wrap this thing up.
Oh, man.
I know. It's crazy. And we started on time. So we are going to keep chatting, but I also want in the chat, if you all can, I know y'all, if you all can really put any questions that you need in the chat, I will be shouting those out. But for our mamas here, if there's anything that you all are like, I can't let them leave, I got to put this on their heart, please let them know. Let the people know, Laura, what you want them to walk away with this morning.
I think, Rhea, was very important for me during this pandemic. If you would have asked me that first question, I probably would have, because I was overwhelmed. This time last year, I was overwhelmed, and I did something for me, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna go talk to a therapist.
Come on. So I have a question, Laura. Because someone Bianca, thank you for being so honest. Her husband is an old school Black man, you know that, and he ain't trying to be here for therapy. He ain't really trying to go, but she feels like that is something they need for counseling. How did you have this conversation with your husband to talk to him about attending counseling?
So I went by myself because I was the one who was feeling a certain way. And I think a lot of times we think because we're married, we have to do it all together. If you going, I always say, you go and you get better. You are only responsible for yourself, and we can't put off things that will be good us waiting for ourselves. They're preventing you from taking that step to go get therapy yourself. So that's what I did. I didn't need therapy. Laura needed therapy. Laura was he wasn't. So I had to go do what was best for me. And doing that, now my relationship is better.
Yes, this is a lot of people are saying, yes. Preach self-healing. I started this with myself, and then my husband will come along, or he stopped going, and I still went. I see so many comments that are saying this. Thank you for that, Laura. You have to go for yourself, y'all, because sometimes you think, Laura's right. You think we need to go, but just some stuff we need to take care with ourselves. Thank you so much, Keely. I really do think so too. I think we need more time. We are 5 minutes, and then y'all are going to hop off. But I want everyone just to find you all. If you all can just really quickly let us know where you are. Instagram, social media, all those good things, so people can follow up with you if they want to hear more about your platforms. Rhea, I'll let you go first.
Awesome. I'll start. So I'm Rhea. I'm the creator of Fab Wives. You can find Fab Wives on Instagram at Fab Wives. You can visit our digital home, fabwives.com, and you can definitely find me personally on Instagram as well at thefabwife_Rhea.
Rhea, if you have time, or in all of us, if y'all can type your messages just in the chat box, that would be like super quick, so people can reference to it. I would love that. Noemie, tell us a little bit more where we can find you and your family.
Sure, you can find me on Instagram at Noemie Gaines. It's NoemieGaines, and I highly our Sit Down Talk, which is a YouTube series on relationship counseling and therapy. All of that information can be seen in the link in my bio on my Instagram.
Love it. I checked that out and I thought that was, and for the people whose husbands are having a hard time, I love watching couples like y'all because my husband's like, oh, that's a dude. Like, oh, that's my type of guy. I can appreciate that. And that helps us talk about those things. So thank you for you and your husband for taking on that ministry, girl. All right, Laura, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Love Heart and Marriage Coach. And my website is lauragethers.com. You can go there to check out some of the resources that I have available.
And you can find me, Jenny LeFlore, and you can find me on Instagram at Mama Fresh Shy. That's MAMA Fresh Shy. I am so excited. I mean, the Momference attending was a game changer for me, being around so many Black moms from all around the country. And I am so glad to even virtually be back in fellowship with y'all. So that really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. We have 3 minutes. So if there's any questions, this is your time to hop on in. And as you can see, we are being as transparent as possible. So you all, ask away because they're giving y'all
all questions in the Q&A.
Oh, thank you. Girl, Noemie, what have we been doing? Okay.
And you know what? While we're looking at the Q&A, someone had said something about saying no to yourself. I think that we underestimate the responsibility that we have to say no to ourselves sometimes. Because sometimes we're all over the place and we need to channel our thoughts and energy.
Agreed.
To say no to yourself. I did the Peloton ride, The Power of Yes. They had a whole series. And Tunde did a ride of no, and making sure that a yes to someone else isn't a no to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, when I almost had to break down on the bike, I was like, how many times has my yes to other people been a no to myself? That was really hard. We have mamas that are in all type of seasons. We definitely have moms that are here that are single, that are going through divorces. Do you all have any advice if you all can go back? I know some of y'all been married for a long time. So think back. Any good take for the single moms just trying to get back out there?
I would say get whole. Just get whole. Different areas of life where you don't valuable, you have self-worth and get whole, because you want to take a whole person into a whole relationship, and that you're broken, attract brokenness. So make sure that you're whole.
I'll echo that.
Same.
When I was single, I wish I would have done a little more work on myself, because it's really hard to fix yourself or work on yourself while you're working on a relationship and you're working on a family and making sure everybody else is good. So I definitely echo that, Laura.
And I say, give yourself a clean slate. I remember I came out of a terrible relationship and I started to self-doubt the choices. I was like, if I picked him, if I was with him for this long, what's wrong with me? Like, do I have the ability to choose a good man? And I had to let that go. And I had to remember, like Rhea said, I had to work on myself and remember, of course I would attract a good man. Of course my energy would bring the perfect man to me. And that's who he is. And that is done. And I had sense enough to let that part go. So be grateful for that. And I started with a fresh start, but I had to let go of that shame, let go of that guilt, let go of, just the being weighed down of what I thought that I had to, that I chose him. He was a fool before. At least I left that fool alone, and I was able to, attract a new man. Okay, so we are ready. Thank you guys so much. Right, bye, fool. Keely, that's how I am with them. Bye, fool. Thank you guys so much. So much came in those failed relationships, girl. Let it go, like your kids, girlfriend too. Let it go. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of our time at the Momference. We have great headline speaker coming up. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to speaking and just keeping in touch with y'all. Great job, ladies.
Bye, ladies. This is so dope.
Rhea, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, come on, Rhea. I was praying for you in the spirit.
Oh my gosh.
Hop on Instagram Live and do this. We got to do this again.
Yeah, no, we have to. This is, I mean, I think that this is only the beginning. I was just going to wait till everybody signed off. But honestly, I mean, obviously, we have to continue this conversation.
I love that. I'm so sad I wasn't here for the whole thing, but I'm so glad I got to hop on.
We weren't complete until you got here. Did you see that the shift in energy when you hopped on? We were so happy to see you, and looking amazing, worth the wait. I mean, obviously.
On my baby's laptop, she's like, "When am I going to get my laptop back?"
When I'm done.
Boom, out of here, kid.
Right.
Hello, welcome.
Tomorrow.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I know some of you all want to hear
ladies.
the main stage as well. Thank you guys so much.
Bye, ladies.
Bye, ladies.